one person watching this video doesn't know that I draw comics too. So for you dude who's watching and didn't know this, and you know who you are, I make comics too and I post them on all forms of social media, and sometimes I make speed drawings and I talk over them. You might think that since this is a speed drawing that I'll spend a good portion of this video talking about the comic, but you'd be wrong. And after writing the script for this speed drawing, and yes, I do write scripts for these, I just want to give a warning that this is going to be a more serious video. So let's talk, guys. The first thing I want to talk about is what happened recently with one of my YouTube friends by the name of WeeGee Plays. This guy makes great content. It's the kind of content that once you watch one of his videos, you just binge the rest. Except for his Let's Plays, no one really watches those. He makes videos about Super Smash Bros. 4 and Overwatch, and I'm someone who hasn't even played the new Smash game, and I'm only level 5 in Overwatch, but regardless, I still think his videos are hilarious, and just keep this between you and me, I'm actually a little jealous of his voice acting skills and audio quality. He's definitely someone who deserves more subs. But something that's happened to him recently is that he got a strike on his channel for a video he made parodying Leafy. You all know who Leafy is, unfortunately. And the video was published on April Fool's Day, so obviously it was a joke and wasn't meant to be taken seriously. But regardless, a bunch of Leafy fans flagged his video, and because of it, he was hit with a community guidelines strike on his channel, even though Leafy gets away with making the same type of video every day. And that really sucks. But because of the support from bigger YouTubers who were able to reach out and contact YouTube, as of yesterday, he got his video back and his strike taken away. So I guess it all worked out in the end. Really, this is more of a glorified shout-out than anything. But WeeGee did talk about how hard it is to contact YouTube. Now, if you just use YouTube to watch videos and you don't make any, then this probably doesn't apply to you. But WeeGee used the company Blizzard as an example of how customer support should be. Blizzard has online chats and phone chats with real Blizzard employees to help you with your problems. Now, Blizzard is a big company, but nowhere near as big as YouTube. So obviously, it would be harder for YouTube to keep in contact with all of its users. But WeeGee made a point that YouTube is owned by Google, who most definitely and should have the money to create a better way for users to talk with the company. Like, we shouldn't have to create a hashtag every time we want to get YouTube's attention to fix their website. And with YouTube being in the state that it is currently, it badly needs better customer support. Like, how great would it be if you could call them up and get a response immediately? So definitely check out WeeGee Plays, he makes great content. Okay, so new topic. I post my comics on a lot of social media, but I don't post them on Instagram. And that's because you can only post square pictures on Instagram, so 85% of my comics would be terrible in that format. But that hasn't stopped someone from making an Instagram account of me, oh boy. There's this account on Instagram called The Odd Ones Out Official. Its tag is just The Odd Ones Out. It has 5 posts, all from 10 months ago, and has over 6,000 followers. And I gotta talk about these 5 posts this person made. They've cropped the comic so horribly, they're not even using the full potential of the Instagram post. Like, come on, dude, you're dropping the ball. It says that it posts daily. And obviously, the worst thing about this account is that they're calling it the official page. It's not a fan account, which I'm totally okay with, by the way. They are actually pretending to be me. Now, at first, I looked at this account and said, oh, these posts are from 10 months ago. This person isn't even active anymore. But I looked at some of the comments, and some of these aren't even a week old. This guy or girl is still fooling people. Will the Trash Man says, hi, James. Hey, Will, I would have never seen this comment if I wasn't making a video about this. This weird form of identity theft is so scummy. These people are just using my name to get followers, and then they're tricking my fans into thinking they're talking to me. I personally think it's worse to pretend to be someone than it is to cut the names out of the comics. So I just wanted to say that Instagram account is not mine. So now after talking about those 2 decently serious topics, I actually have a semi-funny story about someone pretending to be me, and it's actually what got me into using ifunny. I call it the drama of 2014. Maybe some of you watching this already know about it. I doubt it, but maybe. So I made comics before I even started making YouTube videos, and I was getting a pretty decent amount of followers on Tumblr. I want to say it was like around 50,000. So around June of 2014, so 2 months before I even posted my first video, this guy messaged me on Tumblr and says, hey, is it cool if I post your comics on ifunny? And I said, sure, but like, just give me credit. I didn't think I had to mention, hey, also don't pretend to be me and trick people, but apparently I should have. Throughout the week, this guy kept messaging me, yo, we got featured and now we have 1,000 subs. Yo, we got featured again and now we have 5,000, now 10,000. And I thought that was really cool that I was getting such a big following on an app that I never even used. So then the guy asks me to tweet to the guy who owns ifunny, who is called Chef. I don't know if Chef owns ifunny, I just assume he does. So this boy wants me to ask Chef to get my account verified. And at the time, I didn't know what verified meant, but what it means is that when you're verified, you get a little tick check mark next to your name, and it means that you are that person. What? It means that you are the official person behind the account. Now that should have been a big red flag. This guy wanted a little tick mark saying that he was me, but I didn't care or know enough. I was just like, okay, hey, Chef, can you verify me? And you know what happened? The account actually got verified. Some kid pretending to be me just got the tick saying that he was me. He probably didn't think it was so scummy to trick my fans, but it is. But then another person who made comics on ifunny, some longtime ifunny users might know this person. His comic name was Poorly Drawn Comic. He was for some reason very disliked in the ifunny community. I think it was because his comics kept getting featured like all the time, and now all my comics are getting featured. So he messaged me on Tumblr saying, "Hey, are you the person uploading the comics to ifunny?" And I told him the truth. I was just like, "Nope, but I gave the guys permission though," smiley face. And then Poorly Drawn Comic used that private message I sent to him and made posts like, "The odd one's out exposed, this guy's a phony." And then people were messaging me about it, so I finally downloaded the app, and then I took a look at my account. And this guy was pretending to be me. He was leaving comments like, "Just finished this comic, took me about 6 hours. Gonna post a new one on Tuesday." Oh, not cool. And then there was a lot of back and forth between Poorly Drawn Comic and my imposter. He was even using the fact that Poorly Drawn Comic was so disliked to his advantage. My imposter said, "Poorly Drawn Comic is just jealous, he photoshopped that." Like he's still trying to defend himself. And so what I did is I made an account called The Odd Two's Out, so just my name with a 2 instead of a 1. And this is true, if you look up The Odd Two's Out on ifunny, the account is still there with my face completely showing for all the world to see. I have forgotten the password to that account. I know there's probably a way to get the password recovered, but I don't care enough. So even before I made YouTube videos, I already did a face reveal. So long story short, I finally get the account, and that's how I started on ifunny. I know there's a negative connotation for ifunny and their users, but I started out on Tumblr, so But I mean, whether you found me on Tumblr, ifunny, or YouTube, we all look at stupid memes, so why can't we all just get along? Alright, so let's talk about this comic. This isn't even my most recent one. Wait, what do you mean the speed drawing's over? Like the comic is done? It's just a black screen?